If you have not liked and subscribed, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have not, uh, don't forget to follow, shares, and it just helps me. And let's get started. Today I wanted to talk about NIO. Is NIO a good buy right now, right? NIO is right around like 28, 29 bucks right now. And if you see the chart, right, we hit all-time high of almost 69, almost $70, I think, like right around the March when we have all this back and everything, the crazy, like actually in January we hit like 69, and right now it's around 20, 28, 29. So we're gonna look into the technical, what the chart looks like, and maybe we'll go a little bit of fundamental what's going on, and you guys can decide like if it's a good great buy right now, right? So a lot of times, right, people's, as Warren Buffett says, when there's fear in the street, that's when you gotta be greedy, right? That's when this is a good opportunity. It doesn't mean like you just buy everything what is down 100%, but you look at the good stock, right? When you have a massive, the market wide sell off, everything gets sold up, even if it's really good, even if it's totally unrelated with whatever the happening in the market, right? So kind of Fed is finally tightening the market. The rate is gonna increase in 2022. They're gonna increase 3 times, and also bond purchase is gonna be kind of, they're gonna reduce and just kind of stop on 2022. So that's what was fueling the stock market, and it's gonna stop. So that's why we are seeing the panic in the market, but the panic may be a little bit overdue, right? So let's look at the NIO, right? NIO had a really, like, if you look at the NIO like from history, right, you want to see the good base, right? So look at this NIO. I think IPO around 17 or 16, don't know, but look at that. It hit all-time high of $10 and made really that huge base from like almost 19 till the last year 20, right? That's when it broke out like right around that June, July, right? That's when their numbers, before it was like almost like people just saying it's gonna go bankrupt, and that's when it's really popped up with the Tesla and everything. And I was actually buying right around, like, I think I got in first times when it broke out this all-time high, nice base, then it broke out. I think that's when like 14, $15 I got in. I sold some at like 100% 30s, and then I've been like, selling cash covered puts and wheeling. I don't have, I think I grabbed some last week around 30, 30 and I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll add some more. Let's look at, but if you look at that, right, so we hit really high, then basically you can see clear downtrend, right? So higher lows, right, clear, oh sorry, not this one, I wanted the trend line, right? So if you look at this, that's a clear downtrend right now, is clearly in downtrend. One thing you, right, right now it's in clear downtrend, kind of making falling waves too. That's when it kind of break out on the upside. But let's see, right, clearly downtrend, clear downtrend, really for real good potential it has to break this label, like depending upon the what time it has to, that's when kind of real price movement happens, right? But the thing is, like, if you kind of look at the other things, we're going to look in the fundamental a little bit, but if you look at this, right, so if you look at kind of right now we are right around this previous kind of small base here and breakout, right, 29.30. And in my opinion, I think like this area like 20 to 30, that's probably the bottom for NIO. One risk for NIO, like other Chinese, are they have the shell company, that's where they get listed in United States. So if you really want to get invested, if you could get hold of, the NIO listing in Hong Kong. I think NIO listed in Hong Kong, Baba is at least listed, I'm not, I think so. But if you get that, that would be really awesome, because these are all ADR, they are listed through one of the shell companies. So I really don't think it's gonna happen, unless they really do some, scam or some things on their earnings and whatnot, which I kind of believe in this big companies like NIO, Baba, but you never know, shit can happen, right? That's one of the risks. But if you take out that risk, I think you have a lot of good potential with NIO right now, really making, like, if you look at that, right, so it's making lower highs, but the support around this area, right, we are going a little bit down, right? Like this was around 32, we went up to 30, right now at 28, 29. Yeah, you see that a little bit, but you can see that like buyers are stepping in this area, right? They're not really going sharply down, right? If you look at a lot of stocks, they are like just going down. But even if it was down, but this area a lot of people are looking into it. So we do have a small gap around 23 to 20 21, but I definitely think like it's absolute. So if you look at midpoint 25, probably a pretty good price. But the thing is like no one can really predict the exact point. So right now I think it's a great opportunities to go long for 28, 29. Hold down, I'm gonna go over some of the leaps idea, kind of see what all options we have and what's the premium. But this is pretty good. I mean, even if you go like 40, 45, that's a good potential, right? 40, 45, 30, that's like 40, 50% if it happens in a year. That's a really good returns. So yeah. And other thing is, if you look at their revenue, right, like even if it's really going down, they've been like doubling down on revenue. This is kind of, I'm gonna go see. uh, 16 they did not had revenue, 17 did not had revenue, or I don't know if it's miscalculation, but at least no information yet here. But if you look at the 18, right, 746 million next year, 1.3 1.13 billion, then 2.26, so they are in the right track, right? And of course, and other things that if you look at the net income, it was really like I think they were investing a lot of money. That's why you can see the 1.46 billion, but it's been decreasing like 800. And in fact, if you look at TTM, I was kind of looking into here, right? So if you look at revenue, right, um, 2018 719 million, 2019 1.1 billion, 2020 2.4, and trailing 12 month is 5.9, so almost double. So the revenue is increasing 100%, right? So I think it's pretty good opportunity, right? So if you look at that, and the other thing is cost of revenue too, right? Like gross profit, if you look at that, uh, the gross profit is increasing, right? Before they're negative, 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 and 907, that's pretty good. And if you look at the operating income, it kind of dipped in the really negative on 18 and 19, but see 20 they improved a lot, almost like 100% from negative 1.5 billion to negative 705 million, and now they're like almost half 462. So that means like they will be positive soon. So hopefully next year or so, right? Like they've been almost reducing. So as they can scale, they have that ramp, and they'll make more money per car, right? So it's all about the scaling, and seems like that. And also if you look at their numbers, they've been almost doubling down. And I think their market cap is around 50 billion or something, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, around 49 billion. So think about it. So right now they are doing like 100, something around there, right? And Tesla is 1 trillion. So basically Tesla is 20 times bigger than them. And if you look at the car's number, sales number, it's not 20 times, right? Like they're selling like about 100, I think somewhere around there this year. They are definitely 100 plus. So Tesla did not sold the 1 million yet, right? They're like 800, 900, though about 10x, in terms of numbers. Again, it's gonna change. They have big market right now, and other thing is they are planning to expand the Europe and probably within the Asia too. So as they expand, I think one thing China does have is that scaling capacity. And once they sort this out, I think it would be a really could be a good, like it could be easy, right? Like basically 100 billion is basically double the price, right? And if you look at that, and other thing is like you got to look into market cap, what's your potential, right? So Tesla is pretty big, right? But the numbers are justifiable in the sense of the numbers, and they got an autopilot and a lot of other things going on. But NIO is not alone there, right? They do have a lot of things. So I think it's pretty good price. So now let's look into the NIO options, right? So NIO options, if you look at NIO options call, and I'm really not looking at the short term, I'm thinking about long term, right? So either 23 or 24. Even if you look at the 24, right, So you can literally get like 30 call right now for 1,000 bucks, right? And you probably like 50 delta, right? So I would assume like 65 delta. So if it goes 10 bucks, you made like 650 bucks. So that's pretty good, right? And if you wanna, right, you don't want to spend a lot of money, you could do like 40 and something like that, right? 40 and 50, right? But one thing, if you look at there, is if you get in the money, like why like in the money, let's say you got 50, right? Just to break even, it has to go 87%. But let's say if you get 10, you're paying $2,000 and you'll have a nice delta, of course, like 94 delta, which is good. You'll start making money right away if it goes up in your side. But one thing is like you are not paying any premium. Like these are like in the money leap options are just like the stocks, right? You have very less theta. Your theta is like literally 0.002, not even penny, right? Like very less. And if it moves a little bit too, you just start making money, right? So 4% is, it can happen in a day. So you'll just start making money quickly and you don't need to worry about it. But you need a lot of capital. So there's a pros and cons for both. So I think it depends upon your trading style, but I wanted to cover, right? So a lot of people still getting confused, like why people buy in the money, right? Here in the money 10, you're, it's like 29. So you are literally not paying any. It's just pretty much like a stocks. I would say it's in fact even better than a stocks, right? So if you get like 100 stocks and lose $1, that's 100 bucks. Here with your delta, you're losing like 94 bucks, right? Again, it's not exact science, so things gonna change a little bit here and there, but I really like that. So you don't have to pay 3,000, you can just pay $2,000. So yeah, that's video today. Now, if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. But other than that, have a great day and see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.